Love and blessings, fellow travellers, brothers and sisters. Well, I'm going to start making videos. Part of it is sharing my integration experiences, what I've been doing. And what I've done today is bought myself a singing rod. I've heard this a couple of times at yoga and it really gives me a nice buzz. I love it. Very relaxing. Seems to open up the heart, I guess. But anyway, let's have a go at this play. Nice, it still works. As soon as the guy played it for me in the shop, I got goosebumps from it, so it really spoke to me. So, this is what I'll be sort of, I guess, maybe using in my meditation practice. I'll see how that works, see how I can integrate that. The meditation's been coming along really well lately. Started getting into a little bit more. Well, I do listen to things, so I used to just listen to guided meditation. Now I listen to music. It's just meditation music, sort of ambient sounds, and now I'm more listening to a bit of chanting or mantras. So that's been amazing. It's been great. It's actually, I was stuck. I was sort of plateauing with my meditation. I got to a point where, I could focus on the breath, and then good old mind plays tricks on you and finds a way to slip in thoughts in between the counting of breaths or whatever you might be doing and distract yourself from thinking, counting breaths and focusing on the breathing. And now, with the mantra running through my head, I feel like it's more like an autopilot. So, and I feel so fantastic afterwards. I always have a really good day. I've been in a lot of good days. It's been fantastic. Fantastic. Can I say that word again? Fantastic. No, I've just been feeling really at ease and at peace. So integration is going really, really well. I feel love all around me. I see it everywhere now. It's like once you open up your heart, you see the love all around you. And you see it in the faces of strangers. Unfortunately, at the same time, you just also see their suffering. Something that's become blindingly apparent to me is that I've got a fairly empathic nature. I used to protect it with my ego, my rationality. Now, not so much. Now, try to live in the moment, and I don't try to control the situation with my ego. I don't have any pretentious sort of thoughts of being able to control. That's gone, that's evaporated. The last remnants of that went with the medicine ceremonies. So, it's like a weight has been lifted. I feel lighter, and I feel like light. I feel the light. I see the light. I've seen the light. So, I'm well. Whenever anyone asks me how I am, I say, I'm well, thank you. How are you? And I genuinely mean. And it's amazing. Some people genuinely respond. It's great. So, I feel the love all around me. It's great. Initially, it was a little bit hard going back to work after the ceremony. It's like I was a raw nerve. It was like I was a wide-eyed, innocent child wandering around. But now, wide-eyed, innocent child just wandering around aimlessly. First week I was bumping into things, losing stuff. So I switched on with my empathy mode that that's all I really cared about. So I really had to drag myself out of the clouds and get down and do some actual living in the real world. How does Ram Dass put it? Chopping wood, collecting water. okay. Yeah, it's alright to have a sadhana, that's fine. A spiritual practice, something you attend to every day, consistently. But at a certain point you have to get your head out of the clouds and chop wood, collect water. You've got to live, you've got to provide, you've got to be of service to those around you, and to yourself, most importantly. So, yeah, it's been an interesting few weeks. It's been a month, hasn't it? 4 weeks since the ceremony, I guess. I'm not even sure. Like I've said before, time's irrelevant right now. I have this weird sort of habit now of living in the moment, which means when I remember stuff, it feels like I'm still there. So I can remember things from 20 years ago and suddenly I'm in the moment again. I'm talking as if it's in the now. Which is bizarre, because you appear crazy to some people. And my boys are a bit sort of, not concerned, but yeah, when I could tell them about experiences that I had with their mother, or how they were made from love and what that was like. It's really hard to relate it, because it's, to me, when I'm speaking like that, I don't actually do it in past tense. It's like it's just happened and I still feel it. It's not a memory, it's a feeling, it's an emotion. So the integration's going fantastic. Did I say fantastic? Fantastic. I don't know, the integration's going well. Yeah, as well as I could hope. The funny thing is, so much more work to do. And it keeps popping up. Now that I'm projecting all this sort of positive, loving energy out into the world and it's been reflected back at me, I have these really weird sort of, not coincidences, I don't believe in those anymore. Not happenstance. For example, this is fairly amazing. Ex-girlfriend that I haven't seen for 3 years, literally bumped into her at the local shopping centre, and got to talking. She told me how her son, who was born a girl, was recently transitioned, got as far as getting through all the psych evaluations, and he will be going on hormones pretty soon. So, which was amazing, and it was like a confessional. I mean, we're standing in the fridge section of a shopping centre having this sort of like deep dive, and yeah, it was amazing. And I didn't think much of it in the shopping centre. I thought it was a lovely exchange, because like with my new outlook, I just remember the love or the kindness we shared. None of the resentment, because there was none of that. I mean, she's got a partner now, so that wasn't even relevant. And so it could have been just left at that, and I would have just carried on my merry way. But then I go out to the car park where about 500 cars or so can probably park, and she literally parks right next to my car, and she's unloading her shopping in the boot. Oh, we meet again. Coincidence? I think not. So, yeah, way to integrate that. And so the way I see it, she's here for a reason. She's popped back into my existence or into my energy field for some reason. The energy I felt from her, she had a desperate need to confess. Although she's really supportive of her son, and I could see that, there was a desperateness behind it, as if, yeah, she knows she's doing the right thing, but the way it was presented to her, or the way she relayed it back to me was, they're on holidays in Bali, and her son slipped a note under her door. Please don't hate me, Mum, but I'm a boy. So, yeah, I mean, obviously as a parent, you're going to support your child no matter what. There's no time for self-doubt or self-pity or reflections on yourself when it comes to children. You put yourself out of the way. You get out of your way. But at the same time, there's things going on there that she can't address. She would not be able to address with those around her. There's no one to hold space for her. You know, there's no judgment-free zone for her. I mean, we got to texting today, like, and I told her how I felt about it, and how I said, you know, we've met again for a reason, and yeah, offered myself as a humble servant. And made it fairly clear that that could only happen if I could hold space for her, and I could only imagine ever doing that if we were just friends, you know, not as lovers. You know, to be lovers is too much ego involved, there's too many ego traps, so that's not possible. Yeah, I'd like to, and plus like everything that's happening to me at the moment, I've got to do the work and explore these things, so I've got no doubt that there's lessons I'm going to learn from her. So yeah, she was quite receptive to it, and I put the invitation out there to meet at a nice little hippie cafe that I found. Yeah, and we'll start to work together, I guess. Hopefully, because I can sense a bit of suffering there with her, definitely. You know, there's suffering there. So yeah, she loves her son, but at the same time, as a parent, I can speak from experience. You know, you don't wish these things upon your children. You know, you see yourself as a caring, sort of progressive type of person. You know, you don't care if your child is gay or not. But at the same time, if you had a choice, you wouldn't give them the road that's harder to follow, the more difficult path in life. You know, that's not. You know, life is hard enough at times without stacking up layers of you know, society's sort of problems onto the relationship or the situation or the individual. You know, it's best if we apply the KISS principle: keep it simple, stupid. You know, life's difficult enough. Why complicate it? So, and I'm pretty sure this is a bit of an existential dilemma for her. You know, she wants to be supportive, but. And she is, she's definitely supportive. I mean, saying all the right words, you know, acceptance, love, you know, she's a he now. She hasn't figured out the sexual attraction thing or anything like that. It's not like, really hard to explain when it comes to gender identity, but I think all that matters is, you know, if she's got loving intent, it'll work itself out. That's where I see myself helping, you know, because since the ceremony, my relationship with my children has just improved outside them and their friends as well. So, yeah, I just want to share the love. Be interested to hear your comments. If I post this, which I'm going to post this, yeah, please comment. You know, you can DM me or comment in the comment section of the video. You know, I'm a novice at this. I'm a novice at being sort of open to the woo-woo, you know, the hippy-dippy bullshit. You know, but I'm totally receptive to it. I've changed. Those pathways are gone. You know. Interesting quote. I should have had it ready sooner, but bear with me. It's a quote about, well, it rang true for me because it was about the ceremony and what it's meant to me. You know. So I got this off the Joe Rogan podcast. Joe Rogan podcast number 1121. Michael Pollan or Pollan. Okay, he is a journalist that did a little bit of investigating and wrote a book on psychoactive substances, ayahuasca, LSD, psilocybin, a few others, but he also personally experienced it as well. And you know, I think he spoke mostly about the benefits, how it can be sort of like used for treating people with depression or. So anyway, I thought this was really interesting. I had to transcribe it. It just totally spoke to me. Okay, so, righto. Think of your mind as a hill covered in snow, and your thoughts are sleds going down that hill. And then, after a while, after a lot of thoughts have gone down that hill, there'll be those grooves that'll get deeper and deeper. At a certain point, you can't go down the hill without slipping into those grooves. That's who we are. What psychedelics do is flatten the snow. Lots of fresh powder. And then you can take the sled anywhere you want to go. And that's what I've been doing. Those old pathways are gone. Those old neural pathways, I can conjure them up, but I've actually got to conjure them up like I'm conjuring up a demon. It's bizarre. It's like I've got to put myself in time and space into a place that I just can't relate to anymore. You know, a place of resentment, bitterness and hate and all those negative emotions. And I've got this aversion to it now. It's not just an aversion to suffering, it's an aversion to that mode of being. It's you know, because I still suffer. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, and I've got heaps of thick powder there, and I'm making all these new tracks. I'm opening up new neural pathways. The old ones, they went away. The last remnants of it went away with the ceremony. Leading into it, like I may have spoken about previously, the integration has happened in all directions. It's happened into the past as well as into the future. So my vision of the past has changed. In my mind's eye, I see it differently now. You know, when I see it through the lens of love and an open heart, I can literally put myself back in time and space and feel the love, feel in love. It's incredible. The ex-partner, the mother of my children, it's like I'm in love with her again. Not in a sexual way, but as a person, as a soul, as another entity, you know, walking around. And I'm so, I guess sorry, but sorry doesn't cut it. You know, because that was my karma. You know, like that's what I had to live through. You know, and I had at the same time put someone else through something. And to actually blame her for my karma was a betrayal of trust. So anyway, maybe that's a story for another day. But now when I look back, I still feel in love with her. That's great. Did I say fantastic? Fantastic. So anyway, I think I'll end this video. I'll end this video with a lovely little ding ding on the singing bowl. My Tibetan singing bowl. Look at that. It's got all the chakras around it. Beautiful. Love you. Namaste.